Can we have some fun time where we go out and, spend a night, getting McDonald's and going to a movie? And you're like, huh, I just can't afford that. I just, it's a really short month. I missed a couple of hours at work, so it made my paycheck less and I can't afford that. Oh, really, Mom? What happened if you didn't have to throw away this $116 that you throw away in interest this month? What if you had that? Because see, the card, if you do a 1% on 5,050, so the card amount that you had to pay was probably more like $166.66. This $50 is a 1% that sometimes they charge more or less depending on the credit card company. Meaning that this amount right here, you had to spend on paying to the credit card. And you know what? You got about $50 applied to this $5,000 principal balance. Did you all hear what I said? $50 went to actually pay down your balance. So now you owe $4,950. No, you didn't get this whole $166 applied. By the time they take the interest out, which is $116, you have only actually knocked this down by 50 bucks. But if you had the interest, wouldn't that pay for a movie night for you and your kids? $116. So how do we correct this if we are throwing away so much interest and it's stealing the money that we could be using to do these things that we want to do with our families? How do we prevent this from happening? Well, you learn what the bank tools do for you, and you learn how to use them, and then you get excited, and then you run around the room because you're like, oh my goodness, guess what? We have money to do that. Of course we have money to do that. Mom knows how to use the bank. Dad knows how to use the bank. So I don't like when I hear gurus say, hey, you need to back up on your spending. You need to get frugal so that, you can start applying every dime you have to paying off your debt. And you know what? Go ahead and get you a second job. Let's go ahead and grab that second job. And, after we get off the second job, let's go get a job delivering pizzas. And let's just really make that cash come in. And then we're going to pay off the debt. Who wants to live that way? It's not me. It's not me. I don't want the second job. I don't want to deliver pizzas right now. So why can't we have an option that stops this crazy interest problem? We don't have a spending problem. We have an interest problem. What can we do to stop the insanity of interest? Well, let's talk about it. So I'm going to go through a scenario that I worked with earlier. I'm going to pull up their worksheet here and we're going to talk about exactly what they had going on. And I'm going to use their numbers. So you guys get ready because they have retirement. And because they have retirement from jobs and Social Security, they are doing very, very good compared to the older couple out there that I usually work with in a day. But we're going to talk about this, and we're just going to run through some numbers so that you can see what other people are doing when it comes to debt elimination. So their mortgage is about $224,000. So we're going to put mortgage at $224,000. Okay. And they're going to have an payment of $1,472 per month. Now we have a car loan, and that is a $26,000 balance. And it has a payment of $540. Okay. Now we've got the credit cards. Oh boy. So we've got right at $33,000 in credit card debt. And the total payments are right at exactly what I was thinking. So they're right at $3,600. So these are several credit cards. Their lowest rate is 17.49, with their highest rate at 26.99%. Okay. All right. So what else do we have? I think that might be it. Is that it? Is that it? I think that's it. Okay. So let's add up the total debt. 224,000, 26,000, and then 33,000. So that's $283,000 in total debt. And then their monthly payments is $1,472. So $5,612 is their total monthly payments on this debt. All right, so we have to figure out what they're going to be paying for living expenses, because we have to eat, we have to pay our electric bills, and theirs total $3,979 per month for the gas, the car insurance, the electric bills, the food, all of the stuff that you have to have just to live. So that means their total monthly payments are $9,591. Okay, so now that you see how much they pay out every single month, their income, thank the Lord, is enough to get them through. So they have an income. I'll put that over here. Income is $10,200 per month. Okay. So what happens to this $10,000? That's so much money. I know some of you guys are out there saying, yeah, well, $10,000, you know, they shouldn't be broke. But what do they have? They have $9,591 in expenses every month.